We gotta know. What is inside this thing? What secret technology is the Bluetti X20 hiding? This is a high output portable battery bank from Bluetti. We're gonna do a teardown and find out. So here's the X20. We have 4 screws on the bottom of it. And yes, this thing does put out 160 watts. Looks like it's got some Phillips screws. And I'm imagining stand this back up. That way we're not going to dump it. And I would imagine this will pop right off. Looks like this is the seam here. It's got a nice tight fit, just like a laptop shell. There we go there. So just before we show you inside this Bluetti X20, keep in mind how far we've come with technology and how small this unit actually is. Look at some of these older, bulkier battery setups and just appreciate what we have now. This thing is made specifically for laptops with high output. And we can see the battery looks like it's going to be on the bottom. Got 2 fans in the back here, I believe. Got a couple of pieces here, the plastic, the screws will hold that all together. We've got a couple of screws here. This one here has a washer. We're going to make note of that. The screws are labeled. This is a good sign of quality. I'm going to put these screws kind of in the area where I find them. And we got one more in the middle. Got a lot of Celastic there. Keep everything in place. And it is portable, so you're intended to put this in a backpack and charge your laptop. So we can charge this in about 4 hours. We get 2 charges on the most demanding laptops and actually outputs 100 watts on USB-C and 160 on the 20 volt port. Now at some point this is going to plug into a bottom piece and I can feel the plug as we pull it up separating. I'm going to try to pick this whole thing up without really committing to unplugging everything just yet. We also want to check for temperature monitors, thermostats, things like that as we lift this up. I can see where this is definitely a plug here, and it does plug into all those pins down below. You can see what this is, one piece. This is the battery here. So this in fact does connect here, so we need to take these screws out. It's important not to force this stuff. Really just pay attention to what this thing is asking for. Almost looks like it's like a common bus bar. And really, I want to see the batteries on this because I'm very curious what they have in here. See if we can lift this thing up yet. At this point, we're going to start unplugging things. That's a fan there. Pretty easy to replace, actually, if a fan was to go bad. We don't want to lose where all these things plug into. Looks like these fans just pick straight up. 2 fans on either side. Hold down. I can see where we're just going to reverse build this to put it back together. So if you guys have any questions, make sure you reach out and be happy to answer any of them. Looks like this whole thing is just mostly battery. We can unplug these. Nice quality plugs too. They really just pop right out of there. I've taken stuff before and it just seems like everything needs a little assistance to get it out. Now we got a little ribbon cable here we want to be careful with. Maybe this is the lever here. There we go. That just pops right out of there. Come on, focus. There we go. A little hinge there. Now these two things here, one on the left, one on the right. Be good to note that the one on the right is definitely longer, reaches to the middle of the board. Okay, so we should be free to pick this up. Now, still got that common bus bar there. We might try to put one screw right here, because that bus bar goes all the way down. We're going to put one screw here. It was one of these screws. It was not a special screw. And see if this whole thing wants to come up or not. Nope. It acts like it does, but honestly the batteries could be glued to the bottom of this. Really hoping to show you guys the batteries. Highly requested what kind of batteries are in this and the size. So there you go. These are 32700 6000 milliamp hour batteries. Big beefy batteries in the bottom of this thing. How are we going to revive this super dead laptop without even plugging it into the wall? Let me show you. Now, it's not quite dead yet, but be looking for a future short. We're going to make sure this battery is completely toast. But for now, we're going to show you the Bluetti X20. We're going to turn it on. You can see here, this thing is going to think it's plugged into the wall. It's actually going to say plugged in. Plugged in right there. Look at that. We're already starting to get up a percentage just making this short video. You can see where we are drawing a constant 110 watts out of this battery. This thing actually turned itself off because it sensed that it was done charging. It's now down to 32%. Let's see what the charge is. Looks like this thing charged it full in 1 hour and 30 minutes. 100% there. And like we said before, 30% battery. 45 watts out of this USB port here. 100 watts output and input bidirectional from this X20. So if you've got a USB-C computer, dude, you can supercharge this. It's going to start charging, and this is going to give me an output. And it's going to give me an output of 20 watts to 19 watts. You guys see that? Because that's what your phone allows, okay? We just charged this battery at freaking 45 watts. Man, that is crazy. Which means this thing actually does what it says it'll do. Pretty cool. That's going to do it for the video. Make sure you comment and leave a like because it helps push out the algorithm to help me make more videos like this. See you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.